Hello grade 12s, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we will be doing paper 3 English home language. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Last week on Monday we did the first additional English first additional language paper 3. So in that paper, for longer transactional texts like email friendly letters, interview dialogues and flyers, we did a friendly letter. How do you write it? We did an interview, a flyer and a diary entry. So if you want to know how you do a friendly letter, an interview, a flyer and a diary entry, go and check out the video, the English first additional language paper 3. And in this video, this question paper, we will focus on a formal letter and an email. Okay, so we will do the easy type of things that a lot of students choose in exams. No, a flyer was not done. It was a diary entry, a friendly letter and an interview. Sorry about that. So every Monday you will get a grade 12 video on a question to just prepare you for the final exam on different subjects. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. This is the question paper was downloaded from the basic Department of Basic Education of South Africa. You can find it on their website. Marks 100, time 3 hours. Now, instructions and information. This question paper consists of 3 sections. Section 1 is the essay. Section B is transactional texts. Answer 1 question in each section. So 1 question in section A and 2 questions in section B. All right, because those 2 questions in section B each carry 25 marks. So yebo. Write in a language in which you are being assessed English. Start each section on a new page. You must plan, so you know that when you're writing your essays, any form of creative writing, you need to show that you planned. So I suggest that if you just look at the topic of let's say the essay question topic, you choose it and then you start writing immediately. Write everything that comes into your mind about that particular topic that you've chosen, and then you scratch it. That is your plan, and then you do your final one. I hope you've been doing that all along. So number your questions correctly. The title heading must be included when doing a word count. So you're going to add the title and the heading when you do the word count. When you title heading must not be included when you count, and then write neatly and legibly. Okay, so section A, this was written in November 2023. Write an essay of 400 to 450 words. That is 2.5 pages, 2 pages or 2.5, on one of the following topics. Write down the number and title heading of your essay. So 1.1, we have those are the essay topics that you are given: the rhythm of city life, abolishing plastic is an unrealistic expectation, truth never dies, it may not come out but it never dies, it may kill you but it never dies. And then 1.4, it was a loud and hearty laugh that broke through the awkward silence of the room. And then 1.5, in the rear view mirror. The picture reproduced on page 4 and 5 may evoke a reaction or feeling in you or stir your imagination. So there must be a clear link between your essay and the picture. So you might look at this picture, someone is seeing themselves in a broken mirror, and it might spark some feelings in you, and you have something to say about this picture. So you write your essay, but you do not neglect the picture. So your message should revolve around the picture. So you will just say 1.6 and give yourself a heading when you are using a picture as an inspiration to write an essay. And 1.8, there is the picture. So as you know, that's what you will be given. Okay, so your essay can be different. You can do a descriptive essay where you describe something. Maybe say 1.1, you do a descriptive essay, the rhythm of the city life, or you do a narrative essay where you narrate a day or your city experience. Okay, you narrate your city experience, or you describe a city, or you argue and argument, and you make, or let's say a reflective essay. You can also reflect on your experience of the rhythm of the city life, or a discursive essay where you discuss the rhythm of a city life. So you can do different types of essays with any topic that you are given. So that is entirely your choice how you decide to do your essay. So we're going to do the rhythm of city life. So that is the essay that we're gonna go through, and let's look what type of essay we chose. I chose as the rhythm of city life. And I decided to make it a descriptive essay. Okay, so we're going to look at the characteristics firstly of a descriptive essay. So in a descriptive essay, you are required to describe a person, a memory, a situation, place, experience, or any object. So the essay question will guide you on this. In contrast to other types of essays, the descriptive essay allows you to use many figures of speech and descriptors such as adjectives, adverbs, just like, so you can use personification to maybe you are describing an object, so you personify that object, okay, just to give your reader a clear understanding of what exactly you're talking about. Like when you are describing a person and you say she's a lioness, it's just a way of saying someone is maybe brave. You understand? So that is how you describe. You just give this clear picture about whatever that you're trying to describe. So we are describing the rhythm of the city life. Okay. And then features of a descriptive essay. There's detail. It has to be detailed. You must be able to picture it as a reader, see it in your mind, hear it, feel it, smell it, and taste it, because the descriptive has been the whatever has been described clearly, and you feel like it's almost real. Okay, and take note of the following: use the past, use the present. You can do it as write it in present tense or past tense. Select your words carefully to achieve the desired effect. Use figurative language, so make sure that you know your figures of speech. Use sensory language. This is it. Sight. Describe the vision, the sound. How does it sound? The taste. If you're describing maybe an apple or what, the taste, the touch, the textures when you touch it, how it smelled. Okay, so that's how you paint a picture for anybody. You are describing an experience. You can even describe an experience. Okay, the day that I will never forget. Describe it or narrate it. If you are narrating, you're telling a story of what happened that day. But when you're describing it, you are going in more detail as well. You need sensory language, more in depth. You see? So that is how you do it. So it will give the reader the opportunity to engage all five senses in reading your descriptive essay. So your reader is able to go with you through the different section of your essays. Every detail the reader will be able to imagine the sight, the smell, the taste, the sound, and the touch when you talk about them. All right, the rhythm of city life. I've decided to make it a descriptive essay to describe the rhythm of city life. That is the introduction. The city pauses with a rhythm that is both chaotic and harmonious. From the early morning hours, the streets come alive with the hum of traffic, the chatter of pedestrians, and the wail of sirens in the distance. You see, so introduction has to capture the attention of the reader. So already I know you're talking about the city, okay, the streets, the traffic, the pedestrians, you know. So that's what this essay is all about. So you need to know how to use words to describe the different motions and the different parts of the city life and what makes it city life. But in your introduction, make sure you capture the attention. Then in the body, you will go more detail about what we have been introduced to in the introduction. As the day progresses, the tempo quickens and the city's energy becomes palpable. You know, the sound of the car horns, constructions, and chatter blends together in a cacophony that is both overwhelming and exhilarating. So that is your introduction. Okay? And then you go to the body. As one navigates the city streets, the rhythm changes with each block. So now you're going in depth. It's like in your introduction, it's like you're saluting the city life. You are praising, you see. So those praises open up you more creativity to talk more about this thing that you're praising. So you've praised something, you have talked about it in a very elevated manner, and I want to read more of what you have recited. So it's very important, guys, that you capture the attention of your teacher from the word go. Use metaphor. Read. So it's very important that you start reading. Read a lot, because reading will help you increase your vocabulary. You know more words, just go on Google, search figures of speech, write them down and their meaning, and just look at them every day. They get into your head, use them in your everyday life, improve your English, and you will be able to write beautifully. Okay? As one navigates the city streets, the rhythm changes with each block. In the financial district, the place is fast and urgent, with suits and briefcases rushing to and from. In the arts district, the rhythm slows, and the sound of music and laughter mingle with the scent of coffee and paint. So in a city, we have different people doing different things. So it's described, we talked about finance, people who work in the bank, people who work in who are artists, and in the markets, the rhythm is lively and vibrant, with vendors calling out to passbys and the smell of street food wafting through the air. So can you see? You have described the different parts of the city. So this is beautiful. At night, the city's rhythm shifts again. The lights of the skyscrapers and the neon sign casts a kaleidoscope of colors across the streets, and the sound of music and laughter spill out of bars and clubs. So the city takes on a new persona, one that is vibrant and alive, where anything can happen and the possibilities are endless. So can you see? You have described the city to the T. Well, how the city is at night, how the city is during the day. What are different activities taking place in the city? So that's what you have described. Despite the chaos, there is a beauty to the city's rhythm. It is a symphony of sounds, a dance of light, and a celebration of human connection. The city's rhythm is a reflection of its inhabitants, a diverse and dynamic mix of culture, race, and experience. It is a rhythm that is both familiar and foreign, comforting and overwhelming all at once. Now you've described how the city makes you feel. And then, as one becomes immersed in the city's rhythm, it is impossible not to be swept up in its energy. The city's pulse become one's own, and the rhythm of city life becomes a part of everyone's very being. It is a rhythm that is both exhausting and invigorating, a reminder that life is precious and every moment is an opportunity to experience something new and exciting. So, you have talked about the city in detail, how it makes you feel as well. Every aspect, the city life, how is it in the day? What can you expect from the city? How will the city make you feel? Okay, that's what you have highlighted. And now, in your conclusion, in your essay, guys, it's your takeaway. Now, if the city is like this, you have praised the city in your introduction. You have talked in detail about her and her fascinations. And now, in conclusion, what have you picked up about the city? After everything that you've said, but how is the city? What have you picked up about the city? That's how you conclude and wrap up. The rhythm of city life is a complex and dynamic entity that is both captivating and overwhelming. You see? So it can both, the city can both captivate you, attract you, or overwhelm, become too much for you. It is a symphony of sounds, a dance of lights, and a celebration of human connection. As one navigates the city streets, the rhythm changes, reflecting the diverse and dynamic mix of culture, age, and experiences that make up the city inhabitants. The city's rhythm is a reflection of its soul, a reminder that life is precious and every moment is an opportunity to experience something new and exciting. So, this is your take. You conclude. And just like that, you have earned your marks and you have written your 400 to 450 words. So, the second essay that I have chosen for you guys for us to talk about is the argumentative essay. So, that is our next essay. So, we're going to look at some features of an argumentative essay. So, I chose 1.2 as the next topic. So, in an argumentative essay, you must have a specific opinion or viewpoint and argue to defend or motivate your position. So, your opinion should be clear throughout. This is a subjective essay in which you try to convince the reader to share your point of view. So, when you're arguing, you're stating your side. It's not a discursive essay. Discursive essay, you need two sides and then you will come to a conclusion on what is best. But with an argumentative, you are persuading. Okay? What is the point of? You want to get your point across. You want others to believe in what you have to say. An argumentative essay does the same thing. You must try to convince the reader of your point of view. Persuade. Features of an argumentative essay: it's subjective and strong opinions are expressed. The essay should start with your view of the topic in an original and striking way. You should focus on points or against a statement. You should give a range of arguments to support and substantiate your view. You should use a variety of rhetorical devices and persuasive techniques. Use emotive language in a polite manner. Your conclusion should be strong, clear, and convincing. So, with an argumentative essay, the structure, you have an introduction, your body. So, in your body, you should be the argument supporting your stance. Argument 1 supported by evidence, argument 2 supported by evidence, and so on. And then argument opposing your stance. Argument 1 supported briefly by evidence. Refute this argument, and you have to conclude. So here, abolishing plastic is an unrealistic expectation. So we arguing that abolishing plastic is an unrealistic expectation. You agree or do you not agree? So this is the introduction. The call to abolish practice has become a rallying cry for environmentalists and concerned citizens around the world. While the intention behind this movement is noble, abolishing plastic entirely is an unrealistic expectation. Plastic is an integral part of modern life, and its benefits cannot be ignored. You are a lawyer. You are an activist. So that is how you come up with a strong introduction. Okay? Talk about what is needed, and in your introduction, you must state whether you are supporting the motion or not supporting it. So here it's clear that it's unrealistic to abolish plastic. Okay? So the body, so you have given it power. You have motivated your stand in a one paragraph. Right? Already. What have you done? You have given your topic someone who would really want to like read it. Okay? Read it because you have held your opinion. So one of the primary arguments against plastic is its impact on the environment. Plastic waste has become a significant problem, with millions of tons of plastic ending in oceans and landfills each year. However, abolishing plastic altogether would require a fundamental transformation of our society. Plastic is used in a wide range of applications, from packaging and consumer goods to medical equipment and infrastructure. Replacing plastic with alternative material would be complex and costly process. So, you go into detail. Moreover, many of the alternatives to plastic are not as environmentally friendly as they seem. For example, paper bags require more energy to produce and transport than plastic bags. They also contribute to deforestation. Similarly, glass and metal containers are heavier and more energy intensive to produce than plastic containers. These alternatives may reduce plastic waste, but they are not without their own environmental costs. So, this is the stand. Another important consideration is the economic impact of abolishing plastic. So, guys, it's either you are for the topic or against the topic, okay? So, you're going to give facts to the fullest of your potential. Like, give facts to support. You are trying to persuade someone. So, in that example that I showed you, it said A, you are for, and then B, you are against. So it doesn't mean you do two, you choose one, whether you are for or you are against. Another important consideration in the economic impact of abolishing plastic. The plastic industry is a significant employer and contributor to many economies around the world. A sudden shift away from plastic would lead to widespread job losses and economic disruption. Furthermore, many industries such as healthcare and food packaging rely heavily on plastic for safety and hygiene reasons. Abolishing plastic would require significant investment in new technologies and infrastructure. You have persuaded someone that really plastic cannot be abolished entirely. It's not realistic, because even other things that people want to be used to replace plastic, they still have their own negative outcomes. Okay, so in conclusion, now after everything, what do you take out? It's your conclusion. We still go the same way. It's just that when you're arguing, you're arguing. When you are narrating, you are narrating. When you are reflecting, you are reflecting. Okay, and reflective essays are in past tense. So go and watch the English first additional language video. I did the essays that I did not do here. I did a narrative essay, a reflective essay, a discursive essay. So if you want to see how those essays are written, and you can turn any of these topics, even the ones that I've chosen, into any of those, how do you go about it? The essays are the same for English, FAL, and home language. It's just that the home language ones require more words, okay? But really, the tips are the same. You both have to use figures of speech. It's just that English home language learners take them quite seriously than first editional. But you all need to know English, okay? While reducing plastic waste and increasing recycling are essential steps towards a more sustainable future. Abolishing plastic entirely is an unrealistic expectation. Plastic is an integral part of modern life, and its benefits cannot be ignored. Instead of calling for abolition, we should focus on reducing plastic waste, increasing recycling, and developing more sustainable plastic technologies. By taking a nuanced and pragmatic approach, we can mitigate the environmental impacts of plastic while still harnessing its benefit. And that is your conclusion. So we are looking at formal letters. This is a features of a letter of complaint. So we have the address. Oh, sorry, that was a friendly letter. So this is a formal letter. It's a letter to the press. You have your address at the top and the date on your right hand side, and then on your left hand side there you have the letter of the person you are sending to, and then you skip a line, you sir or madam, and then you are electricity and water, and then you skip a line, and then you start with your introduction, and then you skip a line, you just skip a line with your paragraphs, and then yours faithfully, and then write your name underneath. Okay, and then letter of application is still the same. You write your your address, and on the left hand side the address of who you are sending to, and then you write application for the post of da 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 da, and then write your and skip between your paragraphs, and then you have to give your initial and surname. So you write your name, your address, city, state, email address, phone numbers there. You start first with that's how you write your details, as I am showing you. So the honorable members of the city council, City Hall, Bloemfontein, Mangaung. Dear council members, that is a salutation. I haven't shown you the question. Transactional texts. Question 2. Respond to 2 of the following topics. The body of each of your answers should be 180 to 200 words in length. Pay careful attention to the following: audience, register, tone and style, choice of words and language structure, format. Write down the number and title / heading of your text you have chosen. You have chosen a dialogue, so it's a formal letter. Abandoned buildings are creating major problems and becoming a source of concern in your city. Write a letter of complaint to your city council. So I've told you that on your right hand side at the top you write your own heading and the date, and then on your left hand side you write the address of the person you are sending the letter to. So the honorable members of the city council, City Hall. Dear council members, I am writing to express my deep concern about the numerous abandoned buildings in our city, which are creating major problems and becoming a source of concern for residents. These buildings have become eyesore, attracting vagrant crimes and decay, ultimately affecting the quality of life for those living nearby. The abandoned buildings are not only an aesthetic issue, but also pose serious safety risk. They can become havens for illicit activities, fires, and other hazards. Moreover, the neglect of these properties can lead to structural instability, posing a threat to adjust building and passbys. The city's reputation is also suffering as these abandoned buildings deter potential investors, businesses, and residents. I urge the City Council to take immediate action to address these issues. This can be achieved by enforcing existing ordinances, collaborating with property owners, and exploring options for redevelopment. I request that the council prioritize the demolishing or renovation of these abandoned buildings and implement measures to prevent future abandonment. So in their letter, you talk about the dangers of the problem, and you also try to give the solution. I would appreciate the opportunity to discuss this matter further and explore solutions to restore our city's beauty and safety. Sincerely, you write your name. Okay? And sign underneath because it's a formal letter. So just look at the format that I had just shown you. And the next thing we're going to write is an email. So an email, we have a formal and an informal email. So a formal email is like a formal letter, and then an informal email is like a friendly letter. So a formal email has a defined structure with defined salutation, the opening part of the email, signature, section, opening statement, and body. So the informal email has a more casual structure. However, please write in paragraph form. Greetings and closing line are formal, like good morning, or yours sincerely, or yours faithfully as a closing statement. And then greetings and closing lines are more informal, hi or thanks. Language used informal, avoid using abbreviations, contractions, slang, emotions, and other informal terminology. Language used is more informal in an informal essay. Not essay, email. Indicate your email address. To email address to recipient, CC, this is optional if you are copying someone. And you must have a date. You must have a subject, what you're going to be talking about. You must have an opening, introduction, a body, a closing, and then signature block and attachments if you are sending any documents accompany the email. So the opening of a formal email often requires you to introduce yourself. There are certain questions you must ask yourself every time you start a new email. To whom am I writing this email? Why am I writing? And what do I want to tell the recipient? So introduce yourself briefly. Long text often discourage people from reading them. Then follow on with I'm writing with regard to, I'm writing in connection with. You just tell them why you are writing. If you are writing an email to send information, you can start with one of the following sentences. I'm writing you to let you know. I am delighted to tell you, or I regret to inform you. If you are replying to an email you receive, you can say I'm writing in response to, or I'm writing in reply to. And then the body of a formal email typically elaborates on the purpose of the email. Although the body contains detailed information, it is important to write clearly and concisely in a formal email. Remember, your reader recipient is not familiar with you and may not be familiar with your topic. So closing, based on the type of essay you are sending, there are various ways to write a closing. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you in advance, or for further information, please do not hesitate to contact. That is your closing. The most common ways to send an email are best regards, kind regards, yours faithfully, and so forth. So style, make sure you break up the text into approximately 3 or 4 paragraphs. This will enable the reader to quickly see the key points. So don't just write one full paragraph. Turn it into small paragraph. Keep your tone professional. And guys, you will know when you are writing a formal email and an informal email. You're writing to your cousin, it's informal. Your mother, your family members, your friends. You're writing to a company, to the mayor or a certain office, it's a formal email. Example of formal email writing: to, you write the email address of the person you are sending, and the CC is the person that you have copied. And then BCC, while it is similar to CCing, BCCing means that no other recipient will be able to see who has been BCC'd. All right. And then you will have a subject, which is the what are you writing about? It's a resignation letter. That is your subject. And then DSA, please accept this mail as a notice that I'm resigning from my position as hotel manager. As per company policy, I have to give a month notice before resigning. I hope you will get a good replacement for me within this time period. I really appreciate the opportunity that have been given. And then you open to tell what is it about, and then you elaborate more on the second paragraph. The third one, the third and the fourth one, you are explaining, and then the last one, you kindly advise on the administration process that needs to be taken care of during the course of my final month with the company. I would like to wish you and the company all the best in the future. Yours faithfully, E. Mudise, hotel manager, and needs to be signed. With an informal email is usually between people who know each other. The opening when writing an informal, you would normally start with a greeting, then acknowledge the email to which you are replying. So useful phrases for the opening. I hope you are well. Thank you. It was great to hear from you again. I was so surprised to hear that. So it's more friendly. So the email says a youth organization to which you belong hosted a successful open air concert at a stadium in your town. Write an email to the director of public facilities thanking her or him for the use of the stadium and providing feedback on the event. So me, I didn't write the email of the person I'm sending to because it's the city council. It's a formal email. So the subject is feedback and gratitude for the stadium use. The director, you will say Mr. Mama. That is the director's name. Please, guys, if you enjoyed this video so far, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. Tell us what you think in the comment section down below and what you enjoyed about this part of this video. Or just leave a love, guys. It helps the channel. So just leave a love and watch the ads. It's another way to support the channel. I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for allowing us to use the stadium for our recent event. The facilities were excellent and the staff were helpful and professional. The event was a huge success and we received many compliments from attendees about the venue. We were particularly impressed with the sound and lighting system, which were top-notch. The seating arrangement was also well suited for our needs. However, we did encounter some minor issues with parking, which we hope can be addressed in the future. Overall, we were very pleased with the stadium and the services provided. We appreciate the hard work and dedication of your team in ensuring that our event ran smoothly. We would be delighted to work with you again in the future and recommend the stadium to other organizations. Thank you. That is the last paragraph. Thank you for your support and assistance. We look forward to our next collaboration. Best regards. And then you end your formal email. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And yeah, bye.